This is cs952, Introduction to Web Technologies and Design, and in this last module we're going to learn how to add Font Awesome to our website. Now Font Awesome is a package of icons that's very similar to what we've done with glyphicons. The reason that we're specifically looking at Font Awesome is it because it has a set of icons tailored towards social media. Facebook, YouTube, you name it, it's there. Yelp, Pinterest. Considering how important social media is to getting the word out about your website, we should include Font Awesome on our website. And you can use Font Awesome for a whole lot of other things, but specifically we're doing this to target social media. And then we're going to make one more little change so that our website will work a little bit better on mobile devices. What we're going to be doing is making a change to the footer on our website. And it's going to be a change that's going to be in place for every single page on our website. And you know, whenever we're talking about changing every single page of our website, that means we're talking about changing our template. So let's open up our template file. And right now our footer has just one thing for us to look at. It says copyright Jose Garcia. So what we want to do is we want to add our social media icons here in the footer. And we're going to get these from Font Awesome. So how do you find Font Awesome? And I'm just going to Google Font, A-W-S-O, Font Awesome. Now we have a link as well in our text file. There's a download button. We don't want to download. What we want to do is we want to use CDN, which is a content delivery network. And if we go to our Get Started link, they give us the CDN link right here. This is what we want to copy. So I'm going to drag over there, right click and choose copy. If for some reason you want to use the file that we have provided in our tutorial, if we open up our tutorial and we look under text files and we scroll down to module 7, here's the exact same code that we just now copied. And we're going to add this. Notice that this is a CSS file. Remember, we're putting all the CSS files at the top of our web page in our template. So here we are, and we're in split view right now. We can see live view up here, and then we have code view down here. And we can see this is our head, and then we have several links. The original Bootstrap CSS, our navigation CSS, we added to style our navigation. Our styles.css, where we're saving all the custom rules for our site. We have fancy box. We added that in module 7 so that we could use those fancy box effects. So I'm going to hit return and hit paste. And we've added one more line of code, and this is the link to the Font Awesome CSS. Now since this is a content delivery network, every time our page loads, it's going to load the information from Font Awesome. It's very similar to the way that when our page loads, we use a web font as well. And this is becoming a very popular way to access information. Whenever Font Awesome is updated, if there's some changes, every time our page loads, it's going to load the latest version. So we can hit Save All. We're ready to make this change permanent. We'll hit Save All. And as usual, Dreamweaver asks if we want to update all of our pages, and certainly we do. We can close this. Now let's look at our footer again. Again, we're working in split view, so we can see live view up here. So this is our footer. So we can see, I'm going to click on our footer. Here's our footer. Class is equal to text center. That's why all the text is centered in our footer. We have an ID of footer. We use that to change the coloration of our footer. And what we want to do is, after we have our copyright, this information here by Jose Garcia, we're going to apply a formatting of paragraph to this. So I've highlighted this text that's already there, and then I'm going to use my property inspector to highlight this text and then choose paragraph. And what it did was it just added an opening and closing paragraph tag. Now right after my opening footer tag, but before my opening paragraph tag, I'm going to click and add myself one more line, and this is where we're going to be adding in all of our Font Awesome. So the first one that we want to add is the Font Awesome code for Facebook. And if we want to find out what that is, we can switch back here to Chrome, And let's go to, I'm going to go to icons. We're on the Font Awesome page, and I'm going to click on icons. And if I wanted to find the Font Awesome icon for Facebook, I could scroll down and search, or I can just hit Control F and type in Facebook, Facebook. And here we can see we've got all kinds of Font Awesome Facebook icons. We've got Facebook, Facebook alias, official, square. So if we say we click on this one here for Facebook, we find out that the code that we need to use to add this to our web page is this line of code right here. So I'm going to right click and copy that, and I'm going to go to Dreamweaver, and I'm just going to paste that in. Let's hit paste. And as soon as we do that, see, we've got that little F for Facebook added to our page. So let's switch back to Font Awesome. I'm going to navigate back one level, and I'm going to again do Control F, do a search, and I'm going to search for Google. Let's see, we see Google Wallet. We don't want that. Here we go. Here's straight up, we've got Google Wallet, Google Plus. We just want straight up Google. So let's click on Google, and again let's drag to highlight that code and copy. Switch back to Dreamweaver, and I'm going to give myself a new line. Doesn't really matter. I'm going to paste in Google, and as soon as I do that, see, now we've got the G for Google. Now let's add in YouTube and Twitter. We'll put 4 icons on our page. So again, switching back to Chrome, I want to find my icon for YouTube. So again, I can type in Control F, type in YouTube, YouTube, Y-O-U-T-U-B-E, and we've got a couple different YouTube icons. Let's see. Yeah, just straight up YouTube looks good, doesn't it? So again, we highlight this code, right click and choose copy, jump back to Dreamweaver, and I'm going to hit return and paste my YouTube. Now we can see there's YouTube showing up, and the last one we wanted was Twitter. There's obviously a lot more that we could choose. Let's scoot back, and Twitter was what we were looking for, right? T-W-I-T-T-E-R. There's Twitter, and we'll just use our straight up Twitter icon. Let's right click and choose copy, and before we go back to Dreamweaver, I'm going to do a search for social, S-O-C-I-A-L, and you can see they have a lot of different brand and social icons that we can use. Skype, Spotify, the list goes on, LinkedIn. So I'm going to switch back to Dreamweaver, and I'm going to hit enter for a new line and paste again, and there is our Twitter. Now I'm going to go ahead and hit Save All. Dreamweaver says, do you want to update everything? You say, yeah, let's update it. So the problem right now with our icons is that they're just a little bit small, and we need them to be somewhat larger. That's what we have right now. Looks okay, but I think we want our social media icons to be larger. And Font Awesome already has a convenient way for us to make any of their icons larger. If we scroll back up here and we're on the Font Awesome page, and we go over here under Examples, there is an example called Larger Icons. And we can see that if we just add in an extra class of FA large or 2x, 3x, 4x, 5x, it will make the icons larger. And this FA-3x, that looks pretty good to me. So what I'd like to do is I would like to add that text, FA-3x, which is going to make all of our icons larger. I'd like to add that to every single icon that we already have in Dreamweaver. And we can do that. We could just type it in, or we could use Find and Replace in Dreamweaver and have it do the same thing for us. And I'm going to highlight our 4 Font Awesome icons. And now I'm going to use our Find and Replace feature. So we're going to edit and choose Find and Replace. Remember, we did this before when we were working in our contact form. So Dreamweaver has tried to be helpful by suggesting, is this what we're trying to find and replace? That is not. So I want to hit backspace. I want to delete that. And first, where we have find in, we want to make sure that we find in selected text, because if we have this text occurring elsewhere in our page, I don't want to mess up if we have something about famous people who did this or did whatever that might trigger some replacement of text that we don't intend to. We just want to focus on this text that we've highlighted. So we're going to tell Dreamer to search for quote FA, because every one of these lines starts with quotation mark FA, right? And we want to replace that with quotation mark FA, FA-3X. So Dreamweaver is going to go through our selected text. It's going to look for quotation mark FA, which we have right now in our 4 icons, and replace that with FA, FA-3X. And I'm going to hit replace all. And now Dreamweaver tells us the changes that it made. Now we can close that. And I'm going to hit refresh. And look at that. All of a sudden, our icons are much larger and much more prominent. Now this is probably a good place to take a break, and then we'll come back and we'll continue with making a few more adjustments to our Font Awesome icons.